Hello everybody. I just recorded my guitar cover of God's Country by Shelton. Figured I would do a short guitar tutorial on that for you guys. So, at the beginning, what I do, the intro, it sounds like this. That little riff there, I have capo on the 3rd fret for the entire song. 3rd fret capo. Now, basically, E string, low E string, 8th fret, and then you're basically making a bar chord here on the 10th fret with probably your ring finger will be best, and you're going to hold that and you're going to go down with your picking hand down the strings, and it should sound like that. Just make sure that your ring finger is covering the A string, the D string, and the G string. All 3 of those on the 10th fret. Next part is now for that 8th fret, the G string, that's the 3rd string up from the bottom, and then 10th fret, tap. You're hammering on to the 10th fret, and then you go down to the very bottom string, 8th fret, 4 times. On the 5th time, hammer onto the 10th, and then you go back to the 8th. Sorry, I have a low battery here on my phone, but so here it goes. And then go up to the 11th fret on the 2nd string up, and then you go down to the 8th. Then, what I do is I slide from the 8th to the 11th and then back, all in one. And then, from there, I slide down to the 9th, or the 6th fret. And you play that multiple times, and then you slide up to here, 8th fret, and then you slide back down to the very beginning fret, 4th fret in this case, since we have the capo on the 3rd fret. And then 2nd fret on the 3rd string up, the G string. Should sound something like this. So from the top, wait a second. Now I play many times on this one, like up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. It just sounds better, but you could just go. You don't have to do all the extra, but I do it because it sounds better. Now, we're going straight to A chord right here, A chord. Right there. Those 2 fingers, that's it. Should sound like this. And then you go to a C chord. You'll have to learn these chords, but that's what a C chord looks like. Bang, bang, bang. C chord. Then D chord. These three fingers, this one here, or wait, hold on. No. Okay, this one here, and this one on the bottom fret. And then back to A chord. And then you play that for the song. You just go between those, so it should sound like something like, right outside of this one church town, C chord, there's a cold dirt road to a whole lot of nothing. D chord, got a D to the land, but it ain't my ground. This is A chord. God's country. Say bye, no. We pray for rain, thinking when it's falling, 'cause brings a grain and a little bit of money. We put it back in a plate, I guess that's why they call it God's country. And then, after the second God's country, the second, saved by the sound of the being found, and then that eventually goes to God's country. After that, where the solo is, you can listen to the song where the solo is. You go back to and then after the solo, it goes to I don't care what my headstone reads, or what kind of pine wood box I end up in. When it's my time, lay me 6 feet deep in God's country. That's what happens after the solo. Let me go from before the solo real quick, just so you can hear it. Say by the sound of the being found. I always mess that up. Not always, but I mess it up a lot. Let me try again. Say by the sound of the being found, Dixie whistle in the wind, that'll get you heaven bound. Devil went down to Georgia, but he didn't stick around. This is God's country. And then that goes into the solo. And then it goes to, I don't care what my headstone reads, or what kind of pine wood box I end up in. When it's my time, lay me 6 feet deep in God's country. And then it goes back into, I saw the light in a sunrise, sitting back in a 40 on the muddy riverside, getting baptized in holy water and shine with the dogs running. A chord. And you'll get the hang of it eventually. If you need me to do another tutorial, I will. But yeah, there you go. Thank you for watching.